You're watching the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand.
Salah to settle it in front of the Kop.
Liverpool fans, listen up. This is something for you.
So, we are sponsored by Foco, manufacturing much better toys than what Liverpool are performances at the moment. But as you can see, if you want to support your team in a very fun and glorious way by having these cool little ornaments and toys, or if you have a family member or friends who are Liverpool crazy, this is the perfect gift for them.
Water bottles, nodding heads, dogs, we've got it all.
Yeah, again, lad, next to me bed.
Make sure to use the link in the description now. Head over to Foco and use the Kop TV discount code to get 15% off. You can't go wrong. You need Foco in your life.
These two are really, really bad. Beep. Yo! It is episode 52. Did you like that, Mario? Give me an air fist bump. Haven't done Spanish since year 11, so don't mind if I diddly too. My name's James. Combats are not good, so have your legs folded over. My name's James. I am joined with the always amazing, always charismatic, always beautiful Mario and Ruby. More predictable than Conor McGregor in his prime. Yeah, you feel me, Mario? You feel me, Mario? You know what I'm saying, my son? Yeah, don't be scanning into the microphone, please. We care about the viewers. And swerve that. That's actually disgusting. No, swerve that, Ruby. We're losing viewers by the second. She's doing it to piss me off. She doesn't realise this is actually bad for viewer attention.
I'm the one wearing the headphones.
She's the one. I don't give a fuck. Just the noise and the fact that you've got what you said, your own words, vomit for food. People put two and two together. Oh, have you? Well, that's brilliant. So fucking shut up. Stop being a mush. We're sponsored by Flux. Shout out to Flux. They're belters, as always, because one, they support the channel, which is absolutely massive. And also, we're just very lucky that they sponsored us with the fact that they do nice clobber. We're going into winter, people. It's ideal for the fact that coming up to Christmas, you might be looking for some new clothes. Ideal for the season that we're going into. It's festive, baby. And Flux are festive along with us. So I've got the black top. Mario is looking very, very peng. Can I use that word, Rhubarb? That was a bad word. She used the C word, Jacob. Do you think we kick it off the show?
I mean, we're 2.5 minutes in. So
we couldn't kick it off anyway. Yeah, man, Flux is belter. And we all simultaneously agree that we all look sexier when we're wearing Flux. Belter. Mario, where can people go in terms of a physical location to go and retrieve this amazing clothing?
On Rachel Street.
Yep.
The shop is called
Luca. Oh, bang on memory, Mario. I'm so proud of you. You're my G. But yeah, guys, that's Flux. Kop TV, 15% for a 15% discount as well. Anyway, we have got loads and loads and loads of stuff to get into, and I don't know where to start. Does anyone have any suggestions whatsoever?
Let's start from the best young player in the world.
Oh, best young player in the world.
Easy, lads. Come on.
Best young player.
Hendo.
Best young player in
Jude
the
Bellingham.
world.
Hendo and Jude.
Best young player I ever
The
seen.
best partnership of all time.
I ever seen in my life a player on that age that good. I never seen.
Better than Gerrard at that age.
Confusing me.
When Steven Gerrard was 19, he wasn't that good like Jude Bellingham.
I agree.
When he was 19, I'm talking about.
Nah, of course.
Then, of course, he's best Liverpool
Hold
player.
on a minute. Is it working now?
But
Which? Was we going dodgy?
The mics are a bit low, but it's sort of
Ah, we're flying. If they were a bit low, just higher up your telly. Anyway, shout out to everyone in the chat.
It's only us two. No one wants to hear you blaring.
We aren't going to talk about all the stuff. That's what they tune in for. They tune in for the money maker. Thank you very much, Rhubarb. Anyway, can we just talk about man like 6X saying, "Hey Jude," and that was before
We even started.
you even started talking about him. So Jude is a big fan amongst the Liverpool fan base for many, many reasons, by the way. Shout out to Trent getting in there with Jude. I like it, bro. They're my G's. What's it called? I've never met them before, but still, belters. It's more than ideal. It's fucking freezing these days, says Fraser.
Yeah.
Are we all agreeing with the sentiment that we're all freezing our bollocks, Nellies off
our bodies.
I'm freezing right now.
I am also.
I mean, I did just have a frozen yogurt, but
yeah.
I am
To
freezing.
be fair, though, I have ice cream in winter.
You have iced coffee, don't you?
I don't have iced coffee. I don't know where you got that from, but I do have ice
Didn't you
cream.
get one today?
I tried one, but it's not like a regular thing that I get. People get
Apologies.
confused thinking
Just
that
the Red Bulls.
it's an addiction. But the whatever this can here is not sponsored, by the way. If you want to do it. And then you've also got Kazi. Yeah, the mics are good now. Tammy's here as well. Can we just give a shout out
Yes,
to Tammy?
Tammy.
Yes, Tammy.
Tam. Yes, my G. And that's enough with the comments because I want to talk about Jude Bellingham. I love the uncle, nephew, father, son thing that him and Henderson have got going on. I think it's marvellous. I think it's marvellous.
Probably like
whatever the fuck.
like a cousin. Or...
Right. Yeah, maybe.
Hendo's a bit old for that,
older
isn't he?
brother vibes type thing. It was nice.
I like cousin.
It was nice. Shout out to Senegal, by the way. My man Mane always missing out, even though he weren't playing in the World Cup anyway. But back to the topic of premise. Jude and Henderson, very nice to see their relationship grow. And I feel like the only person outside of football and play in the World Cup on the pitch he's been chilling with is Trent. Now, I'm
Similar
the only
age,
one
aren't
who's seen similar age. Trent's a bit older, but you can tell that the
5 years difference they got, to
they're
be
probably
honest.
just into similar shit, you know what I mean?
Are they?
Similar
How
vibes,
old's
good
Jude?
energies.
Jude is 2003.
19.
Jude's 19.
19.
Yeah. Which
He's only
one?
a
Wow.
baba. He's only a baba. By the way, love the way he conducts himself in interviews. Would love that at Liverpool.
Did you see that when someone turned around and said, "Oh, so is Liverpool on the cards?" And he's like, "You've ruined it."
You've ruined it. Oh, but you know what was funny? The Real Madrid fan who came over to him.
Yeah,
I watched it, yeah.
He was like, "Come to Madrid." He was
And
like,
he
"You
sat
will,
with
you will
Hendo and
definitely
Trent.
win Ballon d'Or if you come to Real
And
Madrid."
he goes, "Oh, do you reckon?"
And
Yeah,
you
Sam.
reckon, but I'm not going to lie, though, guys, just based on what we've seen, you can't take anything out of the fact that he's just chilling with Henderson and Trent, right? This could all be due to if we get top four or not. If we have the funds to spend on Jude Bellingham, but apparently we want to go
You know,
all
we're
out.
going to have these amazing people, Mario said, though.
What? Oh, yeah, true. Yeah, Mario. Yeah, what?
I don't get it.
I don't get it. What are you laughing at by
What
yourself?
you were
Ruby?
saying before over there.
Oh, was I chatting shit before?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I can't remember what I said. I've got a brain like a
Oh.
About the
Okay.
Christmas, something like that.
Hey, did you know?
I don't know.
Oh, yeah, about the
Christmas.
Bills. Are you on about the Bills?
No.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know that.
This like looks dead seedy and secret now, but we would.
Oh, no, it's not even
It was-
seedy.
No, when you were just skitting in for saying like we're gonna have these amazing rich owners
Oh, yeah,
who
yeah, yeah.
absolutely adore Liverpool and just give us whatever we want.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because Mario is that type of person, isn't he? You know what I mean? The same
Mario's
way
that
that he
type.
hates
Joke's gone
Christmas.
now.
He hates Christmas
No.
as he wants Christmas presents. You're full of
I
contradictions.
had my
aren't you,
Christmas
Mario?
present, mate.
Is that an Italian thing?
No, it's not Italian. It's just me.
He doesn't like the deckies.
I like
The
Christmas.
deckies.
I don't like the Christmas decorations, and especially in England, you start to do the decoration in September, which is ridiculous
No,
for
we
me.
don't
just
do it
start
in
selling
September.
them.
That's
Yeah,
an
but which
over-exaggeration.
is still ridiculous.
That's an over-exaggeration.
No, he means in the shop.
I agree. In the shops, yeah,
Not in September.
in September.
No, you're selling things in September.
You start to sell
get
things in
for
September.
cheap in December. It's business market.
But there
Mario.
is no sense to start to sell things from September
It is
with
business
3
marketing,
months missing from Christmas.
Speaking of business marketing,
Yeah,
Jude
yeah, yeah.
Bellingham,
No, yeah,
what are we
yeah.
all saying the firm on the fella himself? Because I'm not going to lie, I'm just loving everything I'm seeing. It doesn't mean he's going to join,
Took the words right out my
I
mouth.
think
but I'm just liking everything I'm seeing.
we're gonna go all in for Jude Bellingham.
Like all in.
Like
Throw the
how much he
turkey.
costs? 100, 150? Doesn't matter. Spend that money. Get Jude Bellingham. I never see a football player on that age
Yeah.
like him.
I think
He's
if you were Klopp and you're
unreal.
watching the way he's playing with these other players as well, especially obviously our own people like Henderson and things like that, you're going to be like, "Whoa."
And then the boys
Get
going to be
him
going
in.
back saying, hey, Jürgen, he's fucking sound. And, you know,
Yeah.
he'll be good
You'd
for the
love
dressing
him.
room. Yeah, you'd love
And
it.
I love-
he's been in Dortmund and everything. Like,
Honestly,
I love the
Love
connection
selling it.
between Bellingham and, of course, we've got 2 Liverpool players in the national team, Trent and Henderson, and they are always together. Even when you go in the strolling around Dubai, around Qatar, and stuff like that. So this is good. I'm not sure.
Hey,
if,
Mario.
probably they are like hidden agents I don't know. Probably.
That's what everyone's calling
That's
it.
everyone's-
That's like a joke.
Everyone's
Obviously, that's a joke.
hope that.
No,
but
I
you know
do
what
think
I like?
Liverpool fans are looking into
But
it all a bit
I
much.
agree.
though.
Nah, it's not age.
For
that's just
example,
jokes.
James, if I stay all day with you and you say, Mario, come to, I don't know, in my gym in Cagedale, for example.
He won't be doing that.
Come in my gym in Cagedale, we train together. You're gonna be like,
Come to my gym and kick.
I'm just giving an example, Every day you say, come with me, you're gonna meet, you're gonna be the best boxer one day, stuff like that. If I do box with you, for example, I'm giving just an example. Every day like this, and probably after 1 month, I say, okay, let me come. It's just a small part of the business.
Yeah, but Trent's not going to be
Nah,
doing that
no,
every
why
day.
not?
Listen,
Not every day.
No.
It's still a hope to bring him.
No. Right, here's what I think. Here's my perception. I don't think we've got this inside job where Jurgen Klopp sat the
No,
boys down in a
no.
dark room with 3 lights.
It's just between
and
friends.
Said, wait there, and said, boys, this is the plan.
Yeah, but no one thinks that.
We're going to get dough. We're going to be an agent. But some people do because it's all about secret agents. Obviously, it's a joke.
It's
so
a
now
joke.
we lead on to the
But
realistic
in the
side
joke,
of
there
things.
is something about truth.
No,
Something.
but the truth that you need to look at is the mates, which is a good start. Second of
Yeah,
all, good footballer. And not to mention, by the way, how great would it be if we had Trent at right back, Jude Bellingham chilling at right centre mid, and then you've just got man like Salah chilling on right wing, waiting for balls to be pinged into the channels. And if he doesn't get the balls pinged into the channels because he's marked by 3 fucking
Who have
fellas,
we got up top?
you've got you've got Darwin, but then you've also got Jude Bellingham getting in and creating more space for the Darwins. I know Luis Diaz is
Imagine
off
Jude
this
and
world.
Thiago playing together.
Oh, me
Oh,
goose that every day
oh.
of the week. Me goose that every day of the week. But do you think we are getting a little bit excited
Yeah.
over all this stuff? And do you think, if you're at I'll ask you this, Ruby, based on a probability between 0% and 100%, so like 50-50, 60-40, how much are you leaning towards signing him and not signing him? Are you 50-50, 60 towards us
Like
signing him?
that I think we will sign him, or
Will
do
sign
I think I'd say like 70%.
70% sure we will sign him.
That's good.
That's actually a
That's-
decent chance.
that's-
I'm 55. I'm 55% because I think that's just I'm more confident than I'm not, just not by a landslide, because I understand
The only thing you've
The
got to think
things.
of though is obviously we've been tied with Jude for like the past 2 summers or something.
yeah.
And yeah, he might be close to Trent, he might be close to Hendo and things like that, but that's something that's going to get oversaturated within the media to stir up more conversation
100%.
between us anyway.
100%.
And obviously people, the reporters and stuff asking just to get like little clickbait things so they can post it as well. And then people be like, oh, why is Hendo laughing like that? What does he know that we don't? Maybe the guy's just laughing because like it's something that they've been told not to ask, because straight away everyone was like no and they walked away. They got ushered away.
I'm buzzing. You've just said that, because I've been thinking that.
It's oversaturated.
The
Like
media are obviously just doing this even more because
Yeah.
what's been the link for time? Jude Bellingham to Liverpool.
Yeah.
Oh, now Trent's gone there. Oh, yeah, 2 fellas who were just mates and they're going out.
how
two
many
and two
times does
together.
a player get interviewed on a picture they've posted on international break and they're asking him, have you set this picture up because the lights in the back are red? Are they
It's
mad?
mad. I think Jude, deep down, there's a part of him that likes the idea of coming to Liverpool,
Yeah,
likes the
defo.
idea of being engulfed in the atmosphere. He knows that if he comes to Liverpool and does really, really well, that is so different to going to Real Madrid and
Absolutely.
doing really, really well.
Absolutely.
And the only thing that's the negative in the short term, until if we get new owners, is how much money can we give
Yeah.
him, etc., etc.
Who would you get rid of to get him?
Naby Keita,
Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Oxlade-Chamberlain. Man like James Milner-Neymar. Shout out to James Milner-Neymar, but he needs to go because he's 50.
Exactly.
Who
I
else have we
agree.
got in that midfield? Hendo Nino needs to be in the Milner role. And then,
I'm gonna go
feel-
for Curtis Johnson loan.
he's just signed it. Oh,
On loan.
happy with that.
On loan.
Arthur Melo's already going to be going because
Get lost.
he's only came in for a loan season.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, we never signed him.
I
So-
thought we bought him.
No. He came just on loan for
That's
one
why I
season.
was so surprised when Klopp turned round and was like, yeah, I don't even know if I'm going to need him by the time
Yeah.
he's like back from injury.
But you know the point though? Do you know if you fuck off Curtis? Sorry, not Curtis. Sorry, Curtis. Naby, Ox. If you sell these players, you're freeing up about 250 to 300 grand worth of wages between them two and Milner. And then if you add on another player somewhere,
Give him to Jude.
Then you've got Arthur, who I don't know how much we're contributing
know.
to as wages, but I'm going to assume it's going to be at least 30-40%. Might be less though, because Juventus are in a fucked position. Point. And case is that I think there's a lot of space there for Jude Bellingham.
Yeah,
And
100%.
actually, it's not just him we need.
We need someone
more.
young, though.
No. Jude is young.
No, I know. I'm saying like we need
another option.
We need that young thing. Like City have got Foden. Like we haven't really got anyone
Yeah,
young that
that's
can
true.
like pull strings in the middle, and we can build on their ability.
Someone next to Jude, are you talking about?
Declan Rice.
I'm talking about Jude himself.
Let's talk about the midfield situation. Let's just throw ideas. I like this. This is fun. We're coming to Christmas. It's got to be positive vibes.
Christmas miracle.
So, Ruby, what's the... Yeah, there's a game. Christmas wish. So you've got a Christmas wish of what you can add into the team, right? Let's hypothetically say Jude Bellingham's a guarantee.
Yeah.
So you're talking about the additional player that you want with him. Who is that player? Now, it doesn't have to be a midfield partner. It can be a winger. It can be whatever. But in terms of what you want right now,
I'd like Saka.
Seriously.
just as an out there shout, Saka out of everyone out there. That's the
No,
one you
I
choose.
just if you're talking about wingers and that, I'd like Saka because I think he's quite versatile and he fits quite well into the fact that we say like left, right, centre, number 9
Versatile,
type of thing.
100%.
Yeah.
Do you know what,
But
though?
to go solely in midfield, Rice isn't a bad shout, but I don't think I'd take him.
How much he's cost?
Rice.
Rice.
Oh,
It's expensive.
Let's just say it's not going to be, what are those rice called? The Jerry's ones, the Ben's ones? What? Uncle Ben's? It's not Uncle Ben's rice, I'll tell you
It's
this
not
for
a little
free.
79p in the mic.
Nah, mate, this is Waitrose, Mario. Have you
Is
ever
it?
been to Waitrose?
I've been once. Yeah.
Lad, it's
And it's
moody
so-
in
You
Waitrose.
sound so disheartened. I've
Lad.
been once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
it's
Rice
moody.
is fine if he comes good.
And I
Otherwise,
don't mind Waitrose rice as long as I'm not the one paying. So if we do go out there and buy 80 million on rice and we do go out there and get Bellingham, oh my God, I'll be so happy. Do I think we can afford to do both them things?
No.
So would
I'd
I
have Jude over Rice.
suggest it? Maybe not. What?
I'd have Jude over Rice. Rice.
I
completely. I can't remember who it was who
was
said it. I don't know whether it was Carragher or Neville. Someone said that basically Declan Rice plays too safe, and he
I agree.
basically just plays the fundamentals
He's a
that you
slightly
get.
better Hendo. This is all I'm going to say. And before everyone kicks off, West Ham fans, you're a funny. Fuck off for a second though, because Declan Rice is just a slightly better version than Henderson. He's not
Hendo's got
loads
like
better. And by
Hendo's
the way,
old age. He's got
that's not a bad
shit wrong
thing.
with his feet in there.
No, I agree
it's
with
not
that.
a bad thing.
I
It
agree.
sounds.
So to be
it's just-
slightly better is not that much of a compliment if you put it in the grand scheme.
But I think that Henderson is a really decent player, has been a really decent player, has led his team to multiple trophies, and Rice is building those same foundations. Think about it. Henderson came from Sunderland,
Yeah.
was a young leader, next big thing at Sunderland, come to Liverpool, didn't quite live up to the hype, but then over-exceeded expectations. Rice, if staying at West Ham, wouldn't be able to take it that extra step that Hendo did because he's not at that huge club. That being said, if he comes to Liverpool, he has that opportunity. I'm just saying, I don't mind Rice. I just don't know if I want to spend 120 million on Bellingham. It's not my money, but this affects other transfers. So I'm saying what I would do, 120 million on Bellingham, and then go out and spend 80 million on Rice, and then
We
you
won't do
can't
that.
go and buy
we
anyone
won't
else.
do that.
Do you know I've liked the look of oh shit, what's his name?
What's his name? Bear in mind, guys, we've got Harvey Elliott, who's been playing in midfield in recent times
Yeah.
as well. That's another candidate. You've got Fabio Carvalho as well. Don't forget about my man, who can play in the number 10, who, by the way, can play on the wings. A really another good, viable option
Carvalho.
in terms of the young players.
Carvalho is not a midfielder, definitely. He can
came
play.
from Fulham as a
As a
midfielder.
midfielder.
He
Yeah,
can
Mosh.
play as a midfielder, but he's not a natural midfielder.
How do you know? You've
He
seen him
is,
play 3
he's
times.
Because
very
he's
good in
natural-
How are you
midfield.
saying a
He's
19-year-old?
typical number 10. So he plays behind the striker or probably on the left side
Yeah.
as a attacking
He's a cam.
as Diaz position. So
I'm trying
I
to
think, James, my point of view is let's go. Say all in for Jude Bellingham, mate, because Jude Bellingham is that
But
kind
who
of.
would you get with him?
Let's get Bellingham
No,
first.
but this is hypothetical.
Oh, I'm not going to
I
lie.
don't know. I
Do you
don't
want me
know
to
to
tell you
be
my main
honest.
option?
I don't know to be
Next
honest.
to Bellingham
Rice
in
is too
midfield.
expensive.
No, let me tell you my main option next to Bellingham in midfield. Caicedo, someone just mentioned it in the
Caicedo.
chat 6 times, just mentioned it. 100% I'd go with Caicedo every single time. The reason why I go with Caicedo, another young, energetic midfielder who's already shown good quality, already to some degree Premier League proven. I like the idea of that. He's played great against us, so there's another qualification that he's been able to add to his resume when it comes to actually impressing Jurgen Klopp and getting into the team. Played well against us, good young player, would be amazing next to Jude Bellingham. Does anybody in the whole world of universal existence dispute this?
I don't even know who he is.
Caicedo.
Caicedo, know him, but
Who does he play for?
Brighton.
for Brighton, he's
Young
a,
player, 20 years of age. Chat, let me know what you all think.
it's a
because
Brighton
these two have just-
midfielder.
Someone just mentioned Kudus as well. Kudus can
But
play as a
Kudus is
midfielder.
not a midfielder. Kudus is attacking.
Can play midfielder.
I've liked that Ito from Japan, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, man. I haven't been
Junior
watching
Ito.
the thing, yo.
They
Kudus
were
from
boss.
Ghana.
They were
They go
unlucky.
to Japan is a good team.
Yeah.
They're running as a crazy.
I actually wanted them to win me.
Japan.
Yeah.
Oh, shout out to Japan, man. Oh, Minamino as well. Imagine the Japanese.
He missed a
actually winning
penalty
the-
yesterday.
Did he?
First one.
Oh,
First penalty
fucking
for
hell,
They
Japan.
Minamino.
lost on pens as well.
Yeah.
Fucking hell, Minamino.
And then South Korea got absolutely wellied by Brazil.
Shout out to South Korea, though, man. Shout out to Japan. Shout out to all the North American teams who are obviously going to win the World Cup as well. 'Cause let's be honest, it's going to be either Argentina or Brazil. Does anyone think anyone else? France or England? I'm going with Brazil or Argentina. Brazil.
Probably Brazil. Yeah.
Brazil. By the way,
You still think Brazil going to win?
Brazil.
No. Allez,
Alisson.
allez les bleus.
I'm not going to lie. Big fan of Brazilian Richarlison.
Yes.
Big
Same.
fan.
Same.
I'm a huge fan. Mario.
Have you seen that video
Okay.
of him moving Fred out the way? Have you seen it?
I don't know how it's possible to
You'd
be.
love Richarlison
No,
if he
listen,
played for
listen one
Liverpool.
second. I don't know how it's possible to be
If you
a
like Darwin Núñez, you'd
Richarlison
love
fan
Richarlison.
when, if you think about the last derby game in Anfield when we play in April, when we won 2-0, the way he played, he tried to injure at least 3 players. He's just an average player, man. I don't know, to be honest, how it's possible that Richarlison is Brazilian forward, like he plays every game. I don't understand how it's possible. I don't understand because
What's your point,
he
Mario?
has nothing. Nothing. No
He has
pace.
nothing.
No pace. No technique. No.
This is from a fella who likes fucking Darwin Núñez.
Man. No. Listen, man. I don't know how it's possible. You say I'm a big fan of
I love my
Richarlison.
man Darwin, but
No, but listen 1 second. You say you are a big fan of Richarlison.
I never said big
When-
fan. I just said big fan of Brazilian Richarlison.
The Brazilian Richarlison?
Richarlison when he played for Brazil.
Bro, he scored 5, maximum 7 goals in the Premier League for the season.
Yeah, but
and
we're
he's
talking
a
about
striker.
the World Cup. Everyone plays different for the World Cup.
No, I'm talking about as a player. I'm
No,
not
but
talking
Mario,
about
what I disputed there is that
He's
you said
talking about
technique.
World
as a
Cup, though.
player.
No, yeah, as a player, fair enough. You're saying he's got no
You're just
technique.
saying-
Yet you
Nothing.
like Darwin Núñez.
Darwin Núñez is 50 times better than Richarlison, man.
Technique?
Seriously.
Technique?
He can improve. Darwin can improve.
No, Mario, don't be sitting on that fucking fence.
I don't-
my
I
friend.
don't like
Don't be
Richarlison.
sitting on the Italian fence. Get on the Scouse side and tell me your fucking
Okay,
answer.
I'm
Is
telling
it
you,
either
technically,
Richarlison
I don't
or-
like Richarlison technically. We're talking about
Who's
technique.
better? I'm not saying who you like. I'm not saying you. I'm saying who
Who
is
is
a
better than
technical
Richarlison?
player? Who's a better technical player? Stop being a fucking
Firmino,
politician.
it's like
Are you
1,000
talking
times
about
better.
Firmino? I'm asking about Richarlison and Nunez.
Who is better than
No, who's technically better?
technically
out of
better?
those
Yeah,
two?
I get it. Probably the same level.
No,
But Nunez is better as a player, as a striker,
no, Mario, they're not the
as
same
a
technically.
as a desire. It's definitely. But I don't know how it's possible Richarlison play for the national team of Brazil, which is the best team in the World Cup. And probably they're gonna win the World Cup. I don't understand this.
Kudus from
It's just my
Ghana,
point,
he
you know.
plays as
I
a
don't
10
understand.
and a
One sec,
fucking
Ruby.
play
I
basketball.
respect that, Mario.
Wait,
I'm
there's
going to
a
read this super
something-
chat out just as a pause.
Chat, yeah,
Just didn't want anyone speaking over Mario.
He never impressed me when I watched him live in Anfield against Everton. He never
I'll
impressed
come
me.
to that point in a second. I'm
Never.
going to read this super chat. Kudus from Ghana. He plays as a 10 in Ajax, but can play as a box-to-box midfielder. He's young, strong, fast, and can score. This is what I'm saying about Kudus. Mario kind of dismissed the idea of him being as a midfielder. Absolutely not the case. I've noticed many attributes where he could be a really, really good midfielder, and especially be a phenomenal midfielder.
He's
For
brilliant.
Liverpool, he's fantastic, and he's played us a couple of times. Played us in the COVID
And that Brighton
season.
kid, and I do know him. I'm just not
Caicedo,
very good with names.
Another really good player.
Yeah.
Also, by the way, shout out to, is that Nito now? Nito Nova. Am I
Nito
saying that
Nova.
right? Sorry, my eyes are actually genuinely fucked.
Where's Zar? It's like ZAR. What money is
Thank you
that?
for the super chat. Zar.
That's ZAR.
Big up to ZAR.
VAR.
Let me have a look. What are you saying that he had a comment?
That was the super chat.
I'm not too sure. Was it? Was there another super chat?
No, it's ZAR35. Like, I'm saying, what currency is
Oh,
that?
yeah. Oh, I'm not too sure. That's a great question. But yeah, man, I don't know what we were talking about, but I know we've just gone into loads of different skedaddle
African
routes.
rands equal. Oh, South African rands.
South Africa. Oh, big up to the South
Do you
Africans.
speak Xhosa?
Do you know a lot of people who are South African watch my YouTube, which is cool. I'm buzzing about that. So I'm going to assume they watch this one as well. A lot of red South African fans, which is really
there
nice
is.
to see.
There's
You know what
either
I'm
red
saying?
Liverpool or
We've got
red Man U.
supporters everywhere in the world, mate.
Yeah, facts.
Thailand, Malaysia.
Facts.
Someone really wants me to
everywhere.
sing a song.
We need to get this.
It's like the third time he's asked.
You've got to fucking pay. Sing Hey Jude, don't be afraid. Sign that contract and make us better. Remember that Klopp will give you his hugs. Then you can start to make us better. That is possibly, maybe I'd like it more if I heard it played out in tune. That sounds dead shit. Don't you think that sounds a bit wank?
It sounds a bit like a nursery rhyme.
I don't know. Is it like a remake of
I'm
something?
Zulu, but can understand Xhosa.
I really don't think
Amazing.
anyone cares. Anyway, we just went into loads of different shits. Liverpool
Cape
Anfield
Town in
legendary
the
says
building.
England will reach the final.
Fuck England.
It's
possible.
Get them away.
Jude Bellingham. Is this a sentiment that you agree with?
I don't care about
It's
England.
possible. It's possible. England is a good team. I
But
don't
why
care
are
as
you
well.
whispering same? Why are you whispering same?
Because he was speaking. I'm trying to be a professional fucking host. Is there such a problem? Is it such a problem to be good at your job?
I thought you were whispering because you didn't want people to know that you.
Fuck off, man. I go on these platforms all the time and I say like what my distaste is towards certain
England can
aspects
go in the
about
final.
the
Why
national
not?
team, and I emphasise
It's
that
good
I
team.
actually want the players to win opposed to anyone else. The thought of Henderson and Trent lifting a World Cup is cool.
Yeah.
Because the World Cup is a cool competition
I
when
agree.
you think about the heritage and the history behind it.
Is that the
Do you-
only trophy Trent's not won?
Yeah. No, yeah, and the Euros, but still, like, he's won everything at club level. That's all that matters. He's won everything for his country. Yes. Real bit. Do you know what I did love when we had the parade last year and he had that post on Instagram where he was like, I'm a hero in my city. I was like, you're fucking more than a hero in your city. Yeah, so England's are not going to win the World Cup.
No, I don't want them to.
Nah.
Mm,
I want my.
Do you think they could?
Gilly,
I
gilly,
think they
gilly.
could.
Gilly. Nah, fuck Mbappe, lads. I'm off Mbappe. You know this Mbappe hype
Popsicle.
train? I was on it for like 2 seconds and now I'm off it.
Popsicle.
He's a good player, but just not the best. He can't be
At
the
the moment,
successor to Messi.
At the moment, he's the best.
Are you mad?
fuck
At the
off.
moment.
Better than Messi?
At the moment,
In the
Kylian
playing in the
Mbappe.
World Cup.
At the moment, Kylian
Not
Mbappe is
in the
the.
world, just
No,
just in general.
in this tournament.
At
No,
the
just in
moment,
general.
he's the best football player in the world, lads.
No, I
At
can't
the
agree
moment.
with that. I can't agree with
At
that.
the moment, he's
You
better
have
than
players.
Messi.
In this tournament, he's played better than Messi. Yeah,
You have
Messi
players like
showed up.
Neymar, Zito. You
Messi
have
scored
players
2
like
goals.
Messi,
How many-
you have
Neymar's been
players-
injured.
He's back now and he's
Who is
still
better than
he's talking about the
Mbappe?
best player in the world.
At
No,
the
I know,
moment.
I know, but
Messi,
I'm talking about the
Neymar.
tournament.
Oh, you must be
Neymar.
high.
You
on
think-
Italian
you-
substances?
You think Neymar is better
with
than
a
Mbappe
bit
at the
of
moment?
What?
Neymar is better than Mbappe at the moment.
Players who are better than Mbappe
At the moment,
Let me
you
go
think
down
Neymar
the
is
list.
better?
Man like Kevin De Bruyne, man like Lionel Messi. Oh, there's Neymar
Lionel
Zito
Messi,
as well. What?
man, as a career, as a
And if we're
footballer,
going to talk
of
efficiency,
course. But at the moment, Kylian Mbappe is the
Oh,
best football player,
and if
man.
we're going to talk efficiency, by the way, let me throw in the name of someone
He's
called
making the difference for
Erling
France.
Haaland. So you've got Erling Haaland, you've got man like Robert Lewandowski, you've got man like Karim Benzema, by the way, who I think we forgot about. You've also got Messi.
yeah.
You've all like
Mbappe's
chat.
player.
Am I ludicrous?
Nah, these are saying I agree with Mario.
At the moment,
Fair play. Fair play. And Mario, you have great football and takes. Just because I don't agree with everything doesn't mean
no,
you're
that's
always
fine.
wrong.
No, absolutely.
KDB is better
But don't
than
tell me
Mbappe.
Messi is better than Mbappe because
Oh,
Messi.
fuck off.
I'm not
That's
talking.
a ridiculous take. Chat, Messi or Mbappe, come on. Even right now. It's not
No,
even,
not even right now. Just right now.
Mbappe wouldn't have half the goals he's had this season without someone called Lionel Messi, Mario.
At the moment, Kylian Mbappe is the best football player in the world.
You
At
just
the
like
moment,
pace merchants. That's why
At-
you said Nunez is
at
better
the
than
moment, at the
Richarlison,
moment.
technically. Two
Can you
people
do
say
a poll,
Messi,
Jay?
Mbappe. Oh, can we do a
Can we
poll?
do a poll?
If we can do a poll, don't worry. I think it's easy. I think you do it from the actual YouTube screen. If you have that up as well. If you go on the chat on the YouTube
Just put
screen,
who's better,
it
Messi
should
or
be a
Mbappe.
poll, and then just put that because that'd be interesting to see. If it's too much messing about, though,
Yeah, exactly.
sweat over
Currently, we're talking about currently. We're not talking about the whole career.
No, some people are saying
Messi,
Mbappe.
Messi is, of course. Messi is the best football player in the history ever, if you ask me.
No, I'm right now.
But at the moment, no.
People just don't.
He,
I just
he
don't.
doesn't run.
What?
He doesn't run. He doesn't play,
Football
Messi.
isn't about just running. It's about being efficient on the ball. And
Okay,
he is more than
he
efficient on the ball.
scored. He scored against Mexico. He
We've
scored
gone
against
so
Australia.
far away from technical ability.
But he
in this
doesn't
thing.
play good. He scored because he's Messi.
How do you
Yeah,
score
but
because
get
you're
your
Messi?
answers in the poll, use.
Yeah, the poll's up now. Make sure that you're answering Mbappe or Messi. I can't believe this is a question. And I'm the young one. I would feel like Mario, someone of your era. I know you're not significantly older than me, so don't mistake it as disrespect.
10 years, yeah.
Yeah, only 10 years.
Yeah.
But even with those 10-year advantage, you have saw some absolutely amazing wingers. Do you have vivid memories of like McManaman and stuff like that?
About
To a degree.
McManaman, yeah. something.
McManaman, and you know
Robbie Fowler,
McManaman was
Michael
a great
Owen.
player. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Michael Owen as well. And just the fact that you now come out and you're saying like Nunez is better than Richarlison technically, and you've seen this generation of players. As someone who didn't even watch that generation week in week out, is mind-blowing, astonishingly crazy to me.
James, please tell me just one fact that Richarlison is a good player, please. I don't understand.
One fact.
One
Okay,
fact,
he
yeah.
improves the all-round premise of the team. So when he used to play for Everton, the team would play better when he was involved. Yes, he was the striker, but he weren't the outlet. He weren't the man to get all the goals.
You think that
His job was
Richarlison
to
improved the
create-
whole team?
Oh, 100% points with
Okay.
him in the starting 11, by the way, suggested that as well. They were always a better team with Richarlison in it. They have since been a worse team since Richarlison has left, or just as bad, really. And he was also having injuries last season. And then when he goes to Brazil, he absolutely shines. And World Cup is what determines legacies in this game. That goal that he scores in the World Cup will determine his legacy. And this tournament, if he continues to do well, and if Brazil go on to the final or to win the World Cup, that will be a defining thing that many people will remember as him as a really good player. And all I'm saying is he's decent. I think he's overrated by a lot of people. A lot of people make him out to be world class. That's when I have to then
Who say
diminish
that he's world
Richarlison.
class? Who say that he's world
Everton
class?
fans, Tottenham fans, loads of
Yeah,
people
don't
say it.
speak with Everton fans. They know they.
Mario, I've just said that I never said he was world class. I'm saying he's better than what you say he is. And the fact that you're saying Nunez is better,
You say-
very little premise, shows to me that you've just got a little bit of bias in this direct.
You
Nunez
say
has
that- you
9
say that
goals,
Everton,
Richarlison has
They
2.
play in waste
Football's not
without
about
him.
goals.
You remember Everton last season with Richarlison? They fight for the relegation, man. They fight for the
It
relegation.
wasn't because of Richarlison. It was because he weren't playing all the games. He was injured for the period of the season. When he
They
did
didn't
play,
have
the
him
whole
and
team was shit.
Calvert-Lewin, did they?
They fight for the
Exactly.
relegation with Richarlison last season.
It weren't because of Richarlison. That's like saying we're sixth because of Nunez.
This season, same situation, Everton.
So
So,
we're six- so are
nothing
we
has
six-
changed.
So we sixth.
Can
Exactly.
we talk about like a different topic?
We can, because I'm sure that we're going in. So most people are actually agreeing with Mario. I
I'm
think
talking
that's mad.
currently, not ever. Messi is the best ever. Probably better than Maradona as well.
I worry for this generation.
Do you remember
mate.
Diego Armando Maradona,
I
mate?
do, you know, Ruby. Nah, yeah, Maradona's sick as well. Just the fact you're talking about Mbappe and Maradona. Wow.
At the moment, Mbappe is incredible at the moment. Did you see his bloody game against the last game against Poland? First half.
Yeah,
He
do you know
was
what's funny?
unbelievable.
Someone did just make a good point, a good counter argument. Yeah. Oh, Nunez has got 9 goals for club. Richarlison has 2, but then Richarlison has 3 goals for country, and Nunez has not. And I love Nunez. I hate the way I've got to do this thing where I've got to diminish one player to praise another, but it's just, it's mad. Anyway, Ruby, what do you want to talk about? Because you wanted to talk about something else.
Well, I don't know. This
Oh,
was
you
just
don't know.
boring me.
So no plan on execution on where to move.
No, just somewhere
all.
else.
Just somewhere else. Well, I suppose I should have came more prepared with topics. Stefan says, is it your generation, James? But the football was different 10 years ago. The ball, the mentality, etc. So yes, Mbappe is better than Messi and Nunez. That I'm a little bit skeptical than Richarlison.
But I think,
Fair
I
enough.
think, and to be
Fair
fair
enough.
though, I think that you're like what you're saying creates a better player is accustomed to the older style of play, which is more passing and moving. It's more like showing your own individual flair, but not just sprinting with the ball. Because that's what you like about like the new FIFA and things like that as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
So I think whoever just said that doesn't really make sense into you.
Yeah, my simple premise is just like, I like technical players, but I understand the importance of fitness and pressing and making sure that teams are actually working hard.
I love technical players as well.
It's not the overall premise, and the way people identify technique nowadays is hitting the ball and run. It's just not. it's not efficient. It's like, I can admit, Salah technically is good. He's not world class. He's good.
I agree.
He's
with
got a
that as
really
well.
good first touch, I think. Otherwise, I think he can be quite inconsistent on his shooting, and I think he can be inconsistent on his dribbling. Whereas Messi is elite when it comes to passing, shooting, set pieces, long range, short range, penalties, everything. Name one thing Messi isn't good at, and then I'll sit there and have a debate about how much he runs. But tell me now, when Messi was 19, 20, 21, 22, legging it the whole length of the pitch, if he gets to 33, 34 and doesn't want to hire the risk of injuries just so he can be efficient on the ball, as far as I'm concerned, that makes him even more the best player in the world, because he's adapting with the time. He's known what he can do. And the fact he can still get assists and goals with way less chances than the Richarlisons and the Darwin Nunez's and the Mbappes that we're all talking about, that says to me he's the best player in the world.
He still made a difference. Messi has, of course, assist goal because
Messi had the most assists in league on last season as well.
He's a world class. He's Messi. He knows how to score. He knows how to make assists. But at the moment, his performance of playing are not the same level of Mbappe. This is the difference.
No, that's fair.
Because
so
Mbappe is 10 years younger.
I know what we
playing...
can just talk on, just dead quick, dead brief. Alisson's performance yesterday.
I never watched it.
I didn't watch the game.
You didn't
Probably
watch
watched
it?
10 minutes.
Alisson possibly had one of like the best games I've ever seen.
Best goalkeeper in the world this season.
They score 4 goals in the first 30 minutes. And then what's happened? Like how many chances they create that Alisson saved? How many?
They are, I don't even know. It was endless. Like I was watching it thinking like he needs to bring this style of play back to Anfield, because some of them saves, they
That's what he's been doing for us, though.
No, but
exactly.
they were guaranteed to go in, and then he just came.
But that's exactly what he does for us, though. Like, I'm not surprised to hear that. It seems like just a weekly thing for Alisson. Did he get a clean sheet in the end?
Yeah.
No. 4-1. They score one goal.
4-1.
They score one goal.
Oh my God, yeah, they did. And can I just say,
and they score and a
oh
screamer.
my James, that goal was
it a belter?
absolutely amazing.
The Korea goal was amazing.
Also, couldn't have Alisson done anything about it.
No.
My goalkeeper.
No.
They
To be
literally
honest,
not could be done about that.
I saw just the highlights.
It was a volley.
Hand volley.
Yeah. I can't believe how much people were disrespecting Alisson when comparing him to Edison, like last year and that.
I know.
I thought that
there was like
mad.
a whole thing, wasn't there, of like, who's going to get like in the actual lineup and that, Edison or
I thought it was
Alisson?
easy the whole time. I was like, how is this debate? Like, one's actually
There is no debate about that. There is no debate
like,
about that.
So what, Edison made a mistake
They had
in the
6
League Cup
shots on
last year.
target.
Okay.
It's really good. Good on Alisson. I'm amazed that he's doing well. It's funny though, because Edison's done that thing. Do you remember when Diogo Jota nearly got the goal last year and then Edison just took it right off the line? But lads, people praised Edison for that. I'm like, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
That was shit. Like, why are you
He's
praising
confident
him?
about himself.
He is confident about himself. Guys, I actually want to go back to Trent. I thought of a topic before. I want to just touch on it. Then we're going to talk about the Dubai Super Cup players we want to see and we're looking forward to seeing. But on Trent, he done an interview with TalkSport. I noticed a few very decent things out of the interview as well. One thing he identified, me and Ruby have been saying this on a weekly basis as well, by the way. So let me know if you're watching, Trent, lad. But nah, it's a very easy thing. It's a very easy conclusion to get to. Just the amount of lazy opinions that people create. So they'll see one clip on Twitter. So what I think's funny is when Liverpool have like a 3 o'clock game against Southampton or someone, and Trent makes one mistake in the game where a winger beats him. That clip goes viral on Twitter, 9,000 likes, 5,000 retweets, and the premise is, oh, Trent is shit. He's the worst defender in the league. When you've saw a clip from a 3 o'clock game, but people are like, nah, I always watch Trent. There is no way on God's green earth you have watched a 3 o'clock kickoff game when we weren't even on telly against Southampton. I'm sorry that hasn't happened. And that goes to show people will use clips as the conclusions of how good or bad somebody is. And you're seeing it now that they're seeing Maguire play more for England. They're like, oh yeah, he's not as bad as everyone's saying. He's still shit, just not as bad as everyone's saying. Because you're watching football minutes of him, whereas you're just seeing highlights of another. And again, it's a lazy football
I think that
opinion.
I sent, because it came up on my For You page on TikTok, that the bit where people at the interview was saying, do you think like people are a bit harsher on you and stuff to Trent? And I sent him it because someone had like put like music over it. Yeah. And he's going like, oh, you know, everyone's like, you know, everyone can have their own opinion. And I sent him it and I was like, bruh, I'm just nearly being, me and my mum just nearly been crying watching this. And he was like, what did he say? He was like, I don't know all right answering them questions though, didn't I? I was like, yeah, you bossed it. Yeah, you bossed it though.
Do you know what I can appreciate about Trent? He's improved his art, the way he articulates himself, which is also really, really good. And
He's
I
always been like that, though. You know,
Not saying he
he
hasn't.
just hasn't been on me because you know when you get media trained,
No, of course.
you've got to like condense everything. But with
And
us
he's put that
grow,
very well together, which is
Yeah.
exactly what I'm saying. I'm saying he's built himself to a position where he's not only just
comfortable enough.
presentable on camera, he's actually good on camera. I
Yeah.
like watching his interviews, and I don't just feel like I'm listening to a robot just say
Yeah.
what he's being told to say. Like, he's knackered. Oh, that's knackered. That table's knackered, bro. Like, lad, I laughed so hard when I saw that. But the point is, as well, another thing that he said that I liked, and I just thought was boss, was that people hold me to higher standards than others. And that's what a winner is. In the moment, the winner will always get the sort of shots taken at him, and all the eyes are on him, and people will get deluded opinions because of how much it's being talked about. Really, what that screams to me is greatness. Really, what that screams to me is someone who, if he could not defend, it is astonishing that he's been able to make a career at Liverpool, win every single trophy under the book, playing right back in a four defender system, and win all those trophies while having a great defensive record. For someone who is so shit defensively, for someone who is a championship level defender, I think it's hilarious the fact that he's been able to maximise his career that much to where he's been to 3 Champions League finals, won all the other shit with no defending ability. And I think it's brilliant. And it's a true example to how the footballing world works nowadays in terms of a short clip and that's the opinion, or a short clip and it's the short attention span that has been created by the TikToks of this world. And I'm just really, really proud, to be honest, like that he plays for my team.
It's incredible the fact that
boss.
a player like Trent Alexander-Arnold, which is probably the best right back the last 3 seasons, and he doesn't play for the national team because for Southgate, Walker is better than Trent, probably defensively or whatever. I don't know. I don't understand how it's possible. Of course, I think that he deserves to play every game for the national team because he is the best. His right foot is the best. So I don't understand. But you know, football sometimes is strange for that reason. Anybody like I don't like Southgate. I absolutely don't like Southgate, but Southgate achieved something very important 2018 with the semi-final for England, first time since 1966. Then the final in the 2 years ago in the European Champions. So, I mean, the results
At the same
talking
time,
about
though,
him.
like it's better for us that Trent doesn't get that playing time.
100%.
But it's nice. I know in the way.
Honestly,
I agree with Mario.
on
It'd
the
be nice
grand
to see him
scheme of
play.
things,
I agree.
it
For
would.
Liverpool, it's good that he's not playing.
Absolutely, I agree with that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But it's nice when when you watch. I don't watch the World Cup, but when I watch, I just wish to see Trent and Henderson together playing and making the
It
difference.
was pretty cool to see Henderson and Bellingham. That felt very homely seeing that. I don't know why. It was homely watching them two. It was like seeing 2 Liverpool players, and it's so dodgy because you could end up signing for fucking Man City.
I already
You know
feel.
what I mean?
I already feel that Bellingham is our player. I don't know why.
I need to stop it though. 'Cause he's
I
not.
need to stop. Otherwise, it's
We're pathetic.
too deluded.
We
you know?
are pathetic Liverpool fans who were getting very excited over very little. Besides Rubi, who's been very sensible through this whole time. But yeah, just to again touch on Trent. I think what was great as well was seeing Cafu come out and absolutely backing our boys.
Say the same.
Like, listen, they used to say the same shit about me and Roberto Carlos, and look how people look at us.
Yeah.
That's
You know
true.
what I mean? Like, and they said back then, where there was less social media, less attention on clips and shit like that. Clips weren't a thing. You'd watch the game, you'd go home, you couldn't watch it on record because it didn't fucking exist. And then boom, Bob's your uncle, Fanny's your aunt, you know what I mean? People would make their own opinions, and then you bounce on with your life, and you'd be remembered for all the great things that you've done. And I guarantee to everyone watching this stream, Trent will absolutely be remembered for everything that he's done. Like,
100%.
it's fucking boss, and I'm made up that he's going out
Even
there and
the
just
stuff
spitting
he
facts.
does for the city alone, like the way he's involved with the L8 stuff.
Yeah, man.
It's the Mandela 8 and all that. Like, there's not much more you can ask from a young local lad.
I agree.
Absolutely.
Why can't we support that as well, by the way? Like, why do so many people want to see people stand for? Like, I don't want to see United do well. Like, but I would never wish on, like, Rashford to be, like, a completely shit player.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
seeing Rashford excel in the England squad at the moment has
I'm
brought
happy
me
for
so
him.
much joy.
I'm happy
Because,
for him,
yeah,
mate.
he's been doing amazing things off the pitch.
Yep.
And then people were slandering him for the way he was playing on the pitch.
Yeah, man.
And then he's worked his little ass off on the side, and now he's smashing it again in the seasons. He's smashing it for the international team. But that's 2 different ways you can go about it. You can either let things get you, or Trent obviously had a few hiccups, but he's just kept pushing because he hasn't got that space to let things get to him, because at the end of the day, he's still got everyone that he's went from the ground up with around him.
Yeah, man, I agree. Guys, fun question in the comments, and then we're going to touch on the Dubai Super Cup, and then that should be us done for the stream.
Robbo
By
or
the way, guys,
Marcelo?
smash a like because we've got over 100 people watching. Smash the likes. Let's get 100 likes ideally, but just as many as you can. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. The question from my man A Mane, Ben Sadia, says Jude, Pedri, Musiala, start one, bench one, sell one.
Okay.
You've got Jude, Pedri, and Musiala. Do you know Musiala as well?
Musiala is
Yeah.
Bayern
Yeah, man.
Munich. He's English, by the way.
English, German.
He's English, but yeah, he plays for Germany.
Oh, yeah, but just a quick off topic. Did you see Fabio Carvalho go back to English?
What?
Like,
Go
he's
back.
now an English player again, I think, or he plays for the English team. Chat, let me know if that's confirmed or
I
not.
didn't know that.
Apparently, like, he was going to go away with Portugal
Yeah.
or something, and he didn't end up
He's
going.
probably thought, actually, you know what? I can't go over there. I don't know any of the
He
language.
chilled with Harvey Elliott for 3 months and thought, I'm English, bruv. Let me go.
Yeah.
let me go and do it. But yeah, I like Fabio Carvalho. I like the idea of him playing for England.
I'd
Makes sense.
say sell, Pedri, bench, Mussy, start Jude.
Same. Exactly.
Is that the
exactly
same?
the same.
So you are both selling Pedri.
I like Pedri, but if
Yeah,
I
I
have to
like
prefer,
Pedri.
yeah, I like Pedri as well. But same like Ruby.
Yeah.
I would say the same. But guys,
Why don't
watch
you
out
have?
for
You never
Musi.
say anything with your chest, man. Say it the same.
Oh no, but it's the same, and I said the same. But Musiala is a motherfucker. There's a way
Yeah.
that he could work better in
Yeah.
our team than Jude.
Yeah.
He's very good.
There's
Musiala.
ways there.
He's
and
too thin at the moment though, because he's young, isn't he?
that's my only thing.
Yeah.
Then we've got Harvey. You
He's
just
the
like-
same age. Musiala, Elliott, and Jude Bellingham, the same age, 2003.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, 19
That-
years old.
Musiala looks about bloody 14 to me.
Oh no, he's a proper.
He's
baba, but,
2003,
like,
he's
he's also
19.
got the
He did.
experience.
You know what though? Like
or the
just
experience,
watching
as
him
Mario would
play,
say.
even in obviously I know Germany got knocked out and all that, but like he made such a difference in like milliseconds of a game when he was on. He was just doing like all the textbook stuff, the give and go, the pulling players out to make space for other people. Like he just made such a difference in the Germany games that I watched.
He's brilliant.
He's creative,
But he's a
very
game
clever
changer.
player.
He's a star at Bayern. Do you know when you're a star at Bayern Munich?
At 19.
At 19.
And
Was
Jude's
the
a
same
star at
as
Dortmund.
Jude, yeah.
No, Jude is a star at Dortmund. I don't know. There's part of me. I think. Do you know what it is? There's part of the game of Musiala that I like more than Jude, and vice versa. Love both players. Give me either or. Happy days.
That's a good question. Sorry, dead quick.
No, go for.
When Musiala's reached his potential, do you think he has reached his peak? Would he be
Yeah.
better than Mbappe?
Better than Mbappe. Oh,
Yeah.
for sure. I know I like him more just because based on the way he plays and whatever. Mbappe's got a lot to work on. I'm getting very Ronaldo vibes. I feel like he's always going to chase the numbers opposed to playing the good football that Ronaldo used to play
Ronaldo, the
before.
Brazilian one, or the Portuguese one?
Oh, Portuguese Ronaldo.
Okay.
Because I always felt Portuguese Ronaldo since later Real Madrid years has just been chasing numbers.
Yeah.
Not to dispute how good he is, just that he's not what he was when he was at Man United. At Man United, he brought so much more than just goals. Brazilian Ronaldo, let's not mention Kings in the conversation with
He's
fucking
still
Zep
declared for
Lions.
Portugal.
Because in the
Fabio.
Italian podcast, they compare at the moment Kylian Mbappe with the Brazilian Ronaldo.
Fuck off.
Which
don't
is-
want to
Are
talk
they?
about
For
it.
me- for
don't
me-
want to talk
How
about
funny
it.
was that thing?
Fuck
It's
that.
not funny. Why? This is Rodrigo.
Oh,
Rodrigo,
Mbappe.
yeah. No, Rodrigo.
Oh, Rodrigo.
By Brazilian Ronaldo.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
And he goes like that. He says something in like
Ends of the interview.
Portuguese
Shit,
or
he
whatever.
catch.
And he goes like that, like rubs Ronaldo's
He touched
legs
the
and then
knees.
touches his own, trying to get like his magical
Yeah.
legs.
Brazilian Ronaldo, mate. The one player I
Ronaldo's
wish,
just sat there like that.
he's the one player I wish
Big
that I was
tank.
old enough to watch on a week-to-week basis. He was so
Because the Brazilian Ronaldo,
Yeah.
for if you see like the last 15 years, of course, Messi and Cristiano Ronaldo, they made history. They scored 700, 800 goals. They won everything. They won 5, 6, 7 Ballon d'Or each. But the thing is, the people of my generation, like 10 years older than you, or like, 30 years old, 35, 40 years old, they remember Ronaldo because Ronaldo was, the Brazilian Ronaldo was the first player who starts to make things like incredible things on the pitch,
Yeah.
like skills, like, he just changed the football after the Sacchi era with Milan. You remember Arrigo Sacchi? Arrigo Sacchi changed the football in the 80s and 90s with Milan.
Isn't it crazy? Like there's dedicated players that have just changed certain aspects of a game.
And Ronaldo, for all the people of my age, Ronaldo is the best ever because he completely overturned the football from the normal football to the weight class and the skills he make, and then Ronaldinho as well and players like that. So Ronaldo was the first. For that reason, when you compare Cristiano Ronaldo and Ronaldo, anybody says the Brazilian one, which is, from one point of view, is crazy because the Brazilian one scored 300 goals. The Portuguese one scored 800.
And this is what I'm talking about when it's not just about numbers, Mario.
No, I agree with that.
Remember that for future arguments that we have, okay?
I agree.
Remember?
No, I agree.
And everyone's saying, goal, Nunez and Richarlison. Don't be changing it up now just because it suits you.
Yeah, but, the two Ronaldos is one thing. The Richarlison and Nunez, come on, man.
Who do you think?
There is no
who do you think Ronaldo
There is no compare between them.
Brazilian Ronaldo doesn't know who Nunez is. And I love Nunez.
You don't love Nunez. You don't love Nunez.
I do love
Nunez. If you prefer Richarlison or Nunez, you don't love Nunez.
I don't love Richarlison more than Nunez. I am honest enough to admit that he's better technically than Nunez. If you were a boxing coach and you had a boxer who was going to go and fight another boxer and the other boxer was better, would you tell your fighter you're better than him? No, you'd identify the main weaknesses of your own fighter and you'd identify the strengths of the other. And that's what I'm doing with Richarlison and Nunez. I love Nunez. I just don't want us all putting him in this fucking pedestal to where he's a world-class player with 5-star skill moves when he actually just might be a good player. And then everyone hates him because he didn't reach the expectations that you just wanted him to. I'm trying to get the best out of Nunez. Fuck you, Mario.
I never see something interesting, something like technically creative from Richarlison in my life.
Either way, we're not going back into that today.
You say technically is good.
Did you see the overhead kick?
Okay.
Literally like crazy, Mario. You're crazy to me. You're crazy to me,
Mid-game.
Mario.
Did you see the overhead
That
kick?
goal was incredible. Okay, yes, I agree. But as a player, he's shite. This is my opinion, and it's just my opinion, I know lots of people, they agree with that.
I'm going to transition because I don't want people to click off because we're going into the same debate again.
Yeah.
Great comment over here from Mr. MH. He says, I tell you what, the flashes I saw from Ben Doak versus Derby County, that would have been is exciting. He dribbles similar to Musiala. By the way, Ben Doak might just be the most promising youth prospect in the youth academy right now.
From what we saw in the Derby game, absolutely
brilliant.
Yes. Brilliant. He played 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But
bear in mind, he came from Celtic.
Yeah.
And when he came on the
Scottish
pitch, he looked fantastic.
I agree.
Couldn't agree more with that. Think that's someone who's massive for the future. Could be a player Klopp already knows is a sick man and is someone that they're trying to invest in the long term. This allows me to transition into the Dubai Super Cup that we're going to be competing in before we wrap up. Great opportunity to potentially see players like Ben Doak. Of course, you'll see like the James Milners and stuff like that as well.
Why you say like James Milner?
Because James Milner's just always there. I know. He's just always an ever-present figure.
Always. What's a man? 50 years old and still there.
They could be having like a board meeting about how they're going to change the hot dogs and James Milner's there. Because I just feel like Milner is just in the infrastructure of the football club. Like, don't be surprised to see Milner become like.
Do you reckon he'll become a coach?
Yeah. Yeah. But I don't know. He might be a footballer till he's about 50. I don't know. I love Milner, but you get what I mean. These players we're going to see going into the competition. Who are you excited to see? Ben Doak is a great show.
Thiago.
Have you got the list of the 33 players who flew to Dubai?
Thiago.
No, I don't. Because I can get it up. Is it out?
I'm not sure if Ben Doak is there. And players like, I don't know.
I would love it if he was.
Cannonier as well. Someone write about Cannonier. Which is the ball fella who give the,
Thiago's calves.
Which scores this season, Cannonier scored probably like 30 goals for the youth team. So it's good prospect for the future.
The squad is not out yet from what I can see. But I don't know.
We've got 33 players. You can check in the Liverpool website or whatever.
Okay. But yeah, there's Diaz, Doak, Ramsey that people are talking about. Firmino, who's going to be good to see. Cannonier, really excited about Cannonier.
Diaz is meant to be back,
He is there.
Okay, good.
I don't know if he's there. I'm not in.
Okay.
This isn't the list. I can't find the list.
Okay.
But if people do have the list, then do let us know in the comments as well. But yeah, let's just, because we don't know the list, times can change, so maybe Ben Doak doesn't end up going. From what we know, which is we don't know, but we know that the players who are in the World Cup won't go. We know there's possibly a chance Ben Doak could. who's, let's say, 3 players who you'd be excited to see in this Dubai Super Cup, and could it have an impact on their involvement in the second half of the season?
Yeah, Diaz, Thiago's thighs, Thiago's calves. That's it.
Thiago's body.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna go for the young players. I want to see.
Oh, Jota, I
Benzema.
forgot about
Benzema.
him.
I want to see Ben
Jota.
Jogs. I don't know the condition of Luis Diaz if he's recovered from injury.
Believe from what I
or-
have read and heard, he will be back after the
Who?
Dubai Super Cup. They don't want to rush him back.
Jota, Diaz. Oh,
Diaz, no, Jota in February.
Jota,
Jota
February.
is coming back on February, so yeah, that's good news for us. We miss a player like Luis Diaz, of course.
Yep.
And I want to see as well, but I don't think he's in the 33 players list for Dubai. Musialowski, the Polish guy. I
Yeah.
don't know what's going on with that guy.
I feel like
Last
he might just
season-
fell out of favour. He's young. Things can change when you're young very quick. Very quick. Like, one moment you can be the next biggest striker. Next thing you know,
That's true. That's true.
you've got fucking, I don't know, Cannonier coming through the academy. And
right. Someone really wants us to answer start bench. So
yeah,
can we just answer
I don't know
it?
if you can ban people or time them out. Believe you can do that within this.
Let's do it with Saka.
Don't send it
Yeah.
that many times.
Yeah, don't be spamming the chat because that's just
Okay,
taking the
so
piss.
I'm gonna go for that.
And we're also not going to answer that question because you spam. So we're setting an example.
Start Diaz.
Was that the question?
Bench,
That's what he used
bench of Rashford
We'll
and
just-
sell Saka.
He can do it.
So Saga, Foden, we're going to be wrapping up in a second as well, by the way, guys.
I
We've got
don't
3
like
more
Saka.
minutes. So wait there. What's the question? Saka, Rashford and Foden?
No, Luis Diaz.
Luis Diaz. So Saka.
Saka, Rashford, Luis Diaz.
Okay, I'm going to start Diaz. I'm going to bench Saka. I'm going to sell who?
Rashford.
Rashford, yeah. I'm not a big fan of Rashford. mate.
Stars, Luis Diaz. Bench, Rashford. Sell, Saka.
Yeah.
I
He's
don't
just
like-
an English Darwin Nunez, Marcus Rashford, you know what I mean? Can get goals. Not a great all-round player.
Okay, this is the list. Look, Gomez, Jota.
Okay, is this the list? Okay,
Adrian
we'll wrap up
Kelleher.
on this because that's brilliant. Get that
Davis.
up as well, please, JB.
Big up
Morgan.
to Ahmed Adam.
Big up to Ahmed Adam. Avid
So,
watcher of the
Ahmed
Kop TV.
Ahmed.
I'll read it out so we're not all
No,
reading it out
Ahmed.
over each other.
Pizza
Um,
Nunez is the keeper. The Brazilian
So
keeper.
yeah, let me read it out for the viewers. Adrian Kelleher,
Uncultured
Davies, shout
swine.
out to Davies. Shout out to the next goalkeeper, man, but just no. Mozrek, Pitaluga, young Brazilian, goalkeeper
yeah.
who we've got in the team. So
Yeah.
then here's the more main outfield players that you can be excited about.
Salah.
Salah, Milner, Ox, Jones, Elliott,
Ox.
Shimakash, Ramsey, Robbo, Carvalho, Bashek, who I'm excited to see.
Yeah, I like
Nathaniel
him. Yeah.
Deeney, Van Phillips, Cade Gordon.
Case is there.
Which
Case
we've
Gordon,
been,
yeah.
Cade Gordon, which we've all been wondering, where has Cade Gordon
Has he been injured?
Has been injured long time.
Now he's back and he's in business. And
Now
then
he's
we've also
apparently
got-
back as well. Let's see
and
how
we've
long that
also
lasts.
got Naby Keita and Joel Matip in that list as well, which is interesting. Naby
So-
Keita.
Matip, good shout.
Ben Doak
What
as
the
well.
fuck about
He's in
Naby?
the list.
Is Ben Doak there?
Yes, he's there.
Where?
This is the second part of the that
okay,
one.
wait there.
Wait,
let me
are
read
these
it out.
actual lists or are you just
Actual-
guessing?
Nah, actual lists.
Is that actual one?
Let me read this part out. Don't speak over each other because people will click off. Gomez, Jota, Arthur, Diaz, Thiago, Firmino, Chambers, Kwanzaa, Clark, Frontoff, Stewart, Doak, Kane, Cornes. Right, we've got 1 more minute left. I'm going to name my players that I'm really, really, really excited to see out of those. Carvalho, Bashek, yes, please. Kate Gordon, don't mind if I diddly do. Ben Doak, yes. And even Clark, man, I like the signs that I saw from Clark against Derby. And then obviously all the main players, which we already know about. But in terms of the young ones, Bashek, think he's one for the future. Doak, Defo, Clark, Defo.
Mine
I
is Defo, Carvalho, Ramsey, Gordon,
Thiago.
Bajcetic, Thiago. That's not even, that's not even a question. Come on, Thiags, just get your kiss off. Diaz
Gonna have to speed it up because I'm waiting for the
and
side
Doak.
from
That's it.
Jakob.
That's it.
Go on,
Doak.
Mario, dead quick before we wrap up.
Doak, I want to see the condition of Luis Diaz. Gordon. I want
Gordon.
to see Gordon. I'm so
excited.
curious.
Yeah.
Especially after an injury. I'm excited
Yeah.
to see Gordon.
I'm curious to see how Firmino react after the exclusion of the World Cup.
That's
Because
interesting.
It's very interesting. So he gave his best before the World Cup. He
Yeah.
was probably one of the best Liverpool players
100%.
in the first half of the season. I'm so curious to see Firmino in the second part of the season.
We will see indeed.
So,
Am
I
I
hope
the
he
only
will-
one who said Ramsey? Even though you moan
Oh,
about Ramsey all the
Great
time.
shout. Great shout. Well done,
Ramsey.
Rhubarb.
I agree, Ramsey as well.
No.
Absolutely.
She's bang on, by
Oh,
the way.
she's boss.
We need
You
to talk
cry about
Ramsey.
This is
wanting to
because
see
of the
Ramsey.
Black Sox.
No, I do. I like
They
the
do
idea.
miracles.
But guys,
Get
we've got to
lost.
wrap up. We've got to wrap up for fuck's sake. This has been the Kop TV. One more mention for Flux. Shout out to them. Always sponsored on the channel. Go support them because they support us. Kop TV 15% at checkout for 15% off. Shout out to everyone who's in the chat who's been commenting. Smash a like, subscribe. I've
Love
been
you
James.
all.
This has been Mario. This has been Rubi. And we will
See you soon.
The fucking
later.
Reds.
Thanks for watching the video, guys. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stands, for a lot more Liverpool content.
Remember to check out our Shopify store for this beauty and much more. It's the new Luchito's Way Diaz t-shirt based on Luis Diaz and Carlito's Way. It's out now, designed by Rubi.
And there's going to be so many more.
There is. Make sure you're involved. Go and buy this now and use the Kop TV 15 for a little discount if you want.
Liverpool fans, listen up. This is something for you.
So, we are sponsored by Foco, manufacturing much better toys than what Liverpool are performances at the moment. But as you can see, if you want to support your team in a very fun and glorious way by having these cool little ornaments and toys, or if you have a family member or friends who are Liverpool crazy, this is the perfect gift for them.
Water bottles, nodding heads, dogs. We've got it all.
Yeah, again, lad, next to me bed.
Make sure to use the link in the description now. Head over to Foco and use the Kop TV discount code to get 15% off. You can't go wrong. You need Foco in your life.